Hello friends, hope you're well. TechManPat here. Today we're reviewing this, the MediaMod for the GoPro 9 and 10. We recently reviewed the GoPro 10, fantastic machine, pretty expensive, but does exactly what's advertised. My only complaint was the microphone, so GoPro was like, hey, why don't you review the MediaMod? We have a solution for that, so here it is. So big thanks to GoPro for sending me the MediaMod to review for this GoPro 10. Let's get started by rolling the intro. The microphone in the GoPro 10 is average at best, and it probably only works really well if you want to just capture some ambient noises or street noises or skiing or snowboarding noises. If you want to do a piece to camera or you're a vlogger, or most people have been using DSLR cameras with like a microphone attachment, but DSLR cameras are bulky and this is much easier to use and walk around and do your piece to camera. Like, I mean, come on. So the thing that was limiting this GoPro was that microphone and its quality. So GoPro has come up with a MediaMod. It is the second generation. There was obviously an older one for the ones previously, 8 and lower. 9 and 10 have the same body size, so it is a little bit different. And there's a couple of features that this has that makes it definitely worthwhile, but only for a select few people. So let's talk about what this comes with. You have two directional microphones, one for the front and one for the back, so you can walk around and say, wow, look at that, and then you can turn around and look at your face and say, wow, look at this. And it has mounts on top for some lights that you can also buy from GoPro, and it has a mount on the left-hand side. In fact, the mounts can actually be used to mount more microphones, like a shotgun microphone, or actually anything else, maybe a little screen or a bigger screen, whatever you might want to utilize. An extra battery maybe, because on the side you have the USB-C plug, you also have a micro HDMI out, and you have obviously a 3.5mm jack that can take in that other microphone, which is awesome, because if you don't like the microphone that it comes with, just take off that little wind cover, wind sock, and you can use your own microphone in there too. Now, if you don't want to do that, what's the quality like of the actual microphone? Well, let's have a bit of a look-see. All right, let's do a quick test of the microphones. I am now speaking from behind the camera, and I'm about 60 centimeters, 30 centimeters away, so let's say 50, and I'm speaking fairly clearly. I'm also speaking very loud. I have a loud voice, so it's probably picking it up very well. Now, if I'm going to turn around the camera and point it straight back at me, this is the front one, which is probably the one everybody's going to use because they're going to be vlogging or whatever you might want to be doing, streaming. So let's go outside, and luckily today it's windy. So let's have a listen to it picking up the wind. I'm going to try and point it at the wind. It's coming behind me towards the camera right now, and I've got the sock on. Now I'm going to take off the sock, then you'll notice how the MediaMod picks up the wind. So let's take off the sock, got it in my hand, and now you can hear the wind coming through. I would suggest always having this on, but you know, in a pinch, if you've lost it, it might be okay. And here we have the microphone of the GoPro without the mod being turned on at all. It is only front facing, just underneath the lens there, and it's picking up my voice. Well, it should be picking up my voice pretty well because it's the same scenario, nice quiet room, and I'm right in front of the camera. And if we turn it around, here we are picking up the voice from the back up to the front here to the grills where the microphone is. You have to switch it to the back when you're actually using the device. You have to pause the video, then swap it to the back microphone. And now we're using the back microphone right here, pointed straight at my mouth. Like I said, I'm pretty loud, so it should be coming through really nicely. And now let's turn it around and go to the front again. And this is what it sounds like when I'm speaking to the front, but it's the back microphone that is selected through the shortcut in the GoPro menu. Well, I think the quality is actually really good. Finally, the microphone can do a lot more, and you get to compare what the camera sounds like, which is this one right here, to the built-in microphone here. But the beauty is that I can take this microphone that I'm wearing here, this lapel mic, and plug it into here. But I can also use my wireless Rode microphone setup to plug into here and mount it on this device. So all of a sudden, I can walk around, be very far away from the camera, and even just walk away further and do a little dance, do a little TikTok, whatever people do these days. So here we have the Rode wireless system. We're using this microphone right here to speak to you. It's the same microphone that you would have heard on the DSLR camera, but now it's going into the actual GoPro. And if I bring that a little bit closer, you can see that it's mounted right on top, and it fits in those little slots there. It's really cool. It doesn't take up too much space. There's a little cable here holding it up, but it just works brilliantly straight out of the box. This MediaMod is just so flexible, and I think that's where the value really sits, is in the flexibility of the actual device rather than just the quality of the microphone. Now obviously this microphone isn't the best of the best lapel microphones, but it's really good for vlogging or videos like this or YouTube videos, to the point that I've actually considered using this camera as my main camera over there and just editing the footage and using one of the lenses that kind of zooms in a little bit rather than the one over there. And I think it makes sense for some people, and I'm gonna test it out in the next couple of weeks and let you guys know. Maybe I'll make a follow-up video on it. So I have to admit, the microphone in this is much better than the built-in GoPro microphone. But if you want extremely high quality audio coming through your GoPro, you're actually probably better off getting an attachment like a shotgun mic or something like that from Rode, for example, or just getting a lapel mic with a wireless thing or non-wireless. It doesn't really matter. So I really appreciate GoPro's construction in this because it allows the ability to add those secondary microphones. But forgetting about extra attachments, because it's more things. Is the MediaMod worth 130 Australian dollars? So I think the microphone is a little bit overpriced on GoPro's side. That MediaMod is a little bit overpriced, but you can think of it as the GoPro tax. Minus that, I think at $100, this microphone is actually really reasonable. So if you can get this at a much discounted rate, you'll have a fantastic microphone. The MediaMod makes the device quite a lot bigger, but it's a sacrifice some people are willing to make, and it's something you have to consider if you've got this mounted in a place that needs all the clearance you can get. The windsock is removable and it shows the microphone right here. And one thing I'd like to note is that even in wind, this wasn't too bad, but if you are outside, I would suggest always having the sock on. It does give you a few extra features inside the software that kind of assist in making this work to its best potential. First of all, you can turn off and select which microphone side it uses. Then you've got some settings to show you that it's working. It has a little bar that moves up and down when sound levels go up and down. And of course, you can switch back to the old GoPro microphone at any point in the software too. And when you attach the secondary microphone, it automatically selects that microphone. So who's this for? Well, it's actually probably not for action adventure people. Of course not. They want to capture the visuals, and the microphone or the words might come out later. Nobody really cares what you say when you're jumping over a cliff over 100 meters, whatever it might be. Let's say you're parachuting, hopefully. So this is for streamers and creators like myself who might want to go out on the street and do some recording and stuff and don't want to bring the bulky DSLR camera. This is a fantastic solution for those people because you get a beautiful video capture and an adequate sound capture. Well, not even adequate. I think it's probably better than adequate. It's actually very good. Like, don't get me wrong, this is a very good microphone solution and the attachment for it is good. Is it worth $130? Maybe not, but it is your best option. Let me know what you think below. Give me some suggestions what you'd like to see tested in the future. I might do a follow-up video. Big thanks to GoPro for sending me this MediaMod 4 review. Thank you to watching, and make sure to like this video if you did and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thanks and bye!